Brothers and sisters have a natural-born rivalry. For Gina and Joe Grundhofer, they took that sibling rivalry to a new level. They traveled nearly 1,000 miles east to join one of the nation's biggest rivalries.
We live 16 hours away from here in central Wisconsin, and to our family it's just kind of a funny little rivalry. No one really knows about it in Wisconsin, but you come out here and people are like, how do you deal with the Lehigh-Lafayette rivalry? And me and Joe just kind of like shrug it off because it's, you know, family before anything else.
For the Grundhofer family, sports are a defining characteristic. Gina and Joe have always been competing against each other.
We'd always play basketball outside when we were little, and my dad would have to stop us because we'd always end up getting into like arguments and fights because we're so competitive with each other. Having
a brother that's so close in age to you, I just like wanted to beat him at everything.
I remember the first time I actually beat her one-on-one. I was like, I might have been like a 4th or 5th grader, and I finally beat her one-on-one, and it was the greatest thing ever.
Once he did start beating me at stuff, it just kind of drove me to be like, okay, like I can't beat Joe, so I'm just gonna beat everyone else.
Using that as motivation, Gina earned a Division I scholarship to play college basketball at Lehigh University. Following in the footsteps of his older sister, Joe also had a goal to become an NCAA student athlete.
I always wanted to play like college basketball, and then after I think my freshman, sophomore year, I started to set my sights on college football. I fell in love with football. I grew a lot. I started to become stronger, and I found more success in the football field.
I was really like pushing him to be like, you know, you should really look into this. I think that it's a really good opportunity for you to get like a very good education and like be a part of a team and just like not go to any old school.
People would think like, oh, I found Lafayette through like my sister going to Lehigh, right? But I was at a camp in Chicago. Our offensive line coach, Coach Samus, found me there. And he walked up to me, he was like, hey, how's it going? I'm Coach Samus. Have you ever heard of Lafayette? The first thing I said was, my sister goes to Lehigh. And he was like, no way, that's so like ironic.
I always saw him at a smaller school. I always saw him at like a very prestigious school because he's so smart. So when Lafayette showed interest, I'm like, Joe, this is perfect. Like we will be so close, but like we'll each have our own separate thing to do.
She was always very supportive. I had the decision to choose where I wanted to go play college football. She was 100% in for me to go to Lafayette. She was like always badgering me about it, like you need to come to Lafayette, you need to come to Lafayette.
Now the two siblings are separated by just 17 miles and are connected by the intense rivalry. However, for the Grundhofers, it's pretty straightforward.
Friends back home always joke about it, like who are you going to cheer for? And my parents' answer was always, you know, it's a football game, we're going to cheer for Lafayette. Girls basketball game, we're going to cheer for Lehigh.
When I go to Lafayette football games, I wear neutral colors, and I say that I'm like a Lehigh person, but like I'm there cheering for Joe.
I remember when my sister was a freshman at Lehigh, she got thrown in as a freshman to play the same situation I'm in, and I think that it's giving both of us experience to learn respectively her sport and for me to learn our offense more. I think her playing as a freshman really benefited her to look at the player she is today as well.
I'm very excited for him and I'm very proud of him. I know his work ethic and I know that he deserves every single second he gets. Honestly, watching him play, I just am like, I'm filled with joy. He's a really hard worker and I'm really proud of him.